Good morning, Dolphins fans, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Waking Up with the Extra Yard. I am your first host, Kai'Chien Chisholm. You can follow me on Twitter at Samurai Radio. That's at SAMURAIIRADIO. The Miami Dolphins finally took the field, and it started off with a bang in a 17-16 close win against the New England Patriots in Foxborough. Tua Tagovailoa becoming the youngest quarterback to ever win at Gillette, and I believe the youngest quarterback to have back-to-back wins against Bill Belichick, of course, winning in the tail end of last season and then also winning today. Well, yesterday as you guys are watching it, but the Miami Dolphins were able to come off with a win and off of two turnovers, two fumble recoveries that the team was able to get, and one that was, of course, very, very crucial for the team. This, of course, was picked up by Xavier Howard and essentially sealed the deal after a couple first down runs, and more notably a Jacoby Brissett QB sneak. Who could have ever seen that coming when he comes into the game? Of course, everybody could have, yet it was not stopped. The Miami Dolphins were able to walk away victorious. During this series where we bring you along every single Monday after the game, or, Friday when they have a Thursday night, or if anything ever gets flexed, we'll have, whatever the case is, the day after the game, we'll always have a video coming up for you. This will be where we break down the latest coming from the game, any injuries, anything that are crucial talking points. And honestly, for today, I think that the greatest thing and the most important thing to talk about is not the play of Tua Tagovailoa. I know that everyone wants to get into it. I know I'm wearing a Tua Tagovailoa shirt right now, jersey to be specific. However, I think a bigger concern should be the defense. Now, I am one that's been very critical already of kind of the hype and praise of Mac McCorkle-Jones. Of course, our very own resident Juan Cardona has not. However, I think it's important to note what's actually been happening and to see what was happening with the defense. We got to give Mac Jones a lot of credit. He made some throws under pressure that I don't think any of us Dolphins fans or analysts or anyone would have probably assume that he'd make it, especially at such a young age and against a defense that made lives hard for young quarterbacks last year, especially and most notably being Justin Herbert last season, where the Dolphins were able to make things difficult for him. And we all kind of assumed that Justin Herbert, Offensive Rookie of the Year, was kind of the standard for what we would see, but Mac Jones did do a good job. Now, there were a lot of passes that he had that was able to dump down. He was able to have the play action game a lot, considering how well that the team was able to run against our defense. But that's where we start with. The defense was just not that good. They were not as dialed in as we all expected them to be, and they just weren't that. They weren't what the defense that we saw last year. They weren't the 2020 defense. It looked like they had kind of regressed. And I know a lot of people were saying, okay, well now where is Benardrick McKinney and do we regret cutting him? I mean, no other team has really picked him up. Nothing's ever come of that. So I think, no, they don't regret it. And I don't think it's really the biggest deal. Like I think that the defense will start to get better, and I think that we'll be able to notice that they'll be able to get better. I don't think we should be harping so much on how bad the defense played. But I think it is definitely alarming, and, we don't want to overreact off of a week one game, but we also don't want to act like nothing ever happened. The defense did look suspect, so hopefully it does continue to get at least better, and especially against the run. I mean, all of us know they were getting killed against the run. Mac Jones was able to do some nice things, but they were getting killed against the run, and it was just constantly. There needs to be something better there. Some of the things worked with Tua, some of the things did not. It was very, very clear and apparent that pressure was getting there very, very quickly. The offensive line was not holding up. I think most notably for a lot of people, Liam Eichenberg was not holding up. There's a very obvious play where he just got blown off the football completely, and he was not having a good day there at left tackle. He is a rookie. Who knows what to really expect out of something like him, but the offensive line was just not holding up. It seemed like the quick throws that they were able to do, and they had a couple there, the first one being to Jalen Waddle. You had a couple to Devontae Parker, who was able to have himself a really nice game. They were working, and then the offense kind of started to stray away from that a little bit. The running game clearly wasn't all there. Only 9 carries, 49 yards from Myles Gaskin, and you can attribute that to the offensive line being poor, both in pass protection and at times in run blocking, but things just weren't that great. And of course, Tua, look, the interception was poor. He had a couple decisions that were really poor. I think a lot of people can see that he did improve on a couple things that he was not that great on last season. And at the end of the day, if you want to put all of his stats together, I'm not trying to be a stat watcher. If you want to put it all together, dude had 2 touchdowns, a pick, and 202 yards. Last year against the Patriots, he had 145, a pick, and 2 rushing touchdowns, and that one was at home. He's now 2-0 against Bill Belichick. I mean, at least there's that. Of course, the defense saves the day after they had a horrible game. The conversation is just going to be about Mac Jones versus Tua. I think that Tua did improve a lot on some things that we didn't see that were that great last year, and I think the offense did have some nice play calls, not being able to really actually get anything against the run, but they were trying to do anything that they could. Next week, you'll have Will Fuller. Maybe you'll have Preston Williams. So it'll be an interesting way to see how the offense adapts throughout the season. And again, it is only week one, but it's nice to get out of week one when all your division opponents outside of the game against the Patriots lost. in the Bills, who had a lead, in the Jets, who just didn't look that great until finally kind of coming back into the game a little bit. And then you were also able to get a win against your division rival Patriots. It sets you up greatly for the rest of the season. You start the season off with a win, and you head out next week in Miami against Buffalo, who again, they didn't look that great. If you can get a win against New England like you were, 1-point win, it's a win is a win. If you're able to go out next week and get a win against Buffalo, you start the season off 2-0 against two division opponents. It's a great way to be, and it's a great way to look at this, the situation for the Dolphins. This has been your Monday morning waking up with the Extra Yard. We hope you guys look forward to these videos every single week, and we'll have more to come, as well as some Madden videos with Royal A. Shepherd against our very own Michael Kai'Chien, as well as our stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. and on Thursdays at 9 p.m. This has been Kai'Chien Chisholm. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.